What's up, guys? Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? Today I am just absolutely fantastic. It is like literally 75 degrees. Yep, 75 degrees on like February something 2019. It's awesome. I love it. Let's get to today's topic Tuesday. I'm here to usher you through hell like Virgil and fucking Dante to get you through this topic Tuesday. So let's do it. Am I showing some of my fucking book nerdery on that one? Making a mention to like fucking the Divine Comedy? Is that too nerdy for you guys? You let me know down below in the comments. Every once in a while it is pertinent to revisit old topics, to get a feel for how things are today, where I stand on past issues, where I stand on present issues. We learn a little bit as we go, as people, and your opinions change, and thoughts change, and reactions change. I get this question regularly on my channel. It's probably one of the most regular questions that I get, and that is, I get the Panigale 959 as a first bike. Or, Paramoto, what do you think about the Panigale 959 as a first bike? Or, Paramoto, I've never had a motorcycle before. Would you recommend the Panigale 959 as the first bike? So, the answer then was most assuredly no. It's a no for me, dude. I cannot recommend a damn near 1000cc bike with over 150 some horsepower for your beginner bike. Let me just revisit some topics. I've had some time to think about this since the last guy that asked me, and I wanted to just kind of address him almost directly at this point. And I won't say his name or anything like that. He's an awesome subscriber. I'm not calling him out at all. I appreciate the participation in the channel, to be honest with you. But he asked me about, you know, the Panigale 959 as a first bike, and I give my standard reaction. Absolutely no sport bike over 600 cc's I feel is a beginner bike, unless you have some dirt experience or you're just generally gifted with stuff. I mean, maybe you're one of those people that just like take up things like they're nothing. You know, maybe you're one of those people that like literally like, you know, you pick up a guitar and you already know how to play it. If you're one of those people, a 600 might be right for you if you had the maturity. But I want to talk about why the Panigale 959 and in general 1000cc bikes should not be your first bike. Something that I actually thought about today was that these bikes, the 1000cc bikes, the Panigales, the super bikes, the sport bikes and stuff, you almost have to be comfortable being uncomfortable to ride these things successfully. You know, I'm like 5'9", 5'9"-ish, almost 5'10" on a good day. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not on my tiptoes at a stop, but I'm pretty damn close. I'm on the balls of my feet, between the balls of my feet and my tiptoes. And to be honest with you, as a beginner, that is not a recipe for success. You know, my girl is about 5'2", and she's got a stock Ninja 300. And she dropped that bike twice, mainly because she can't flat foot. You know, and as a beginner, being able to flat foot is almost one of the most important confidence builder things, is that you're able to feel comfortable at a stop so that when you go again, you have a blank slate again. You can stop, put both your feet down, feel comfortable again, get your thoughts about you, not be like, you know, tiptoeing and be like, I'm about to fall over at a stop, you know, like, it's not a recipe for success. So that's why I'm saying to get a super bike, super sport, a 600, a 1000, a 959, an 899, a 951, a 955, you know, you probably need to be comfortable being uncomfortable before you get these bikes. You know, these are bikes that are not meant for new riders. All the rider aids on these bikes are meant just so you can go as fast as you possibly can. The rider aids on this bike is not meant for safety. They're simply meant for you to go fast. So keep that in mind. You know, like the ABS on this bike is not to fucking, you know, keep a beginner safe when they fuck up. It's to keep an experienced rider, you know, it's to, you know, shed speed that an experienced rider put down because he's fucking trucking through the fucking twisties. You know, this bike is not meant for beginners. It's not meant for beginners. It doesn't have beginners in mind. It's not like a 300 where it's like, we're gonna get a slipper clutch and ABS and stuff just to get, you know, set up beginners. You know, there's nothing on this bike that has a thought for beginners. Like, it's fast, it's slightly uncomfortable, you can't flat foot, the throttle is twitchy as fuck. Like, I mean, that's barely any whiz travel. and like you're lunging back, and you know, you have to be comfortable with that. You have to be comfortable with speed. You have to be comfortable, you know, with a fast bike. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. Let me preface everything that I'm saying that I'm just some asshole on YouTube, and I'm by no means a well-versed, experienced track day rider guy. I'm not that fast of a rider, and I don't really care. I just like to ride, you know, and I emphasize that I'm just some asshole on YouTube. Do what you want to do. You know, if the Panigale 959 is the only bike that you could possibly think of that lights your fire for motorcycles, it's the only bike that you want. Like, you can't think of another bike, and it's just like, you know, there's every time you fucking think about a Panigale 959, you're like, fuck, I love that thing. You know, maybe you need to think about getting one, but at the same point, you have to realize some things. The first part is that these bikes are not meant for beginners, and these bikes, if you make simple mistakes, have every opportunity and every potential and inkling to put you on the ground. You know, if you fuck up and you brake at the wrong time, you know, downshift at the wrong time, you fucking do something stupid, this bike is not going to be as forgiving as just about anything else that you can possibly get. And that's not an over exaggeration. Just about anything else will be better as a beginner bike than this. You know, and the reason why I say just about anything will be better, you know, as a beginner bike as this, is that this is not meant for beginners. 100%, this bike is not meant for beginners. Like, it's too fast. The throttle response is too quick. You can't flat-foot it. This has got a very torquey, you know, twitchy bottom end power band, and like that's what you get with a lot of the twin bikes, a lot of the V-twins and everything like that, is that this thing will give you power when you ask for it almost immediately. Holy shit, and I almost got rear-ended. Holy fucking balls. I'm gonna put some distance between me and this guy. Fuck, man. So another thing that you need to think about when you get these bikes is not only that they have twitchy power bands, they, you know, are uncomfortable, they, you know, all these things that I mentioned. Another thing to think about is that you have to be able to quickly, and I'm talking about quickly, troubleshoot a problem that happens on these bikes. This isn't a 300 where you're not going to be going that fast, and you have all these, you know, very beginner-friendly features, like being able to flat foot and a kind of sluggish throttle and stuff. It's kind of hard to get yourself in trouble on one of those. It really is. With this bike, by the time you're in trouble, it's already too late. It's already too late. And that sounds cliche as fuck. It really does. And I totally understand y'all being like, oh man, this is dumb, man. Like, this guy is cliche as fuck. But it's really true. Like, by the time that you're in trouble on this bike, it's too late. Like, you need to be able to be like thinking on your feet, pulling the clutch, dump a gear, get out of that situation. There's just something to be said about having experience when you're doing something that's dangerous. You know, like a soldier overseas. You don't want the soldier overseas the first time that they go and clear a room in the middle of Iraq with the rifle out and everything. You don't want that person to be on point first. You need that person to learn a little bit. You need that person to fucking see some things before you give them a lot of responsibility, you know? And that's what I think about with this bike, is that it's beautiful. I'm on board with that, guys. I love this bike, and you know, somebody saying, man, I really want that as a first bike, that's basically like saying, like, I don't want any other bike but that. That is my dream bike. Dude, thank you for sharing it. Can I get this as a first bike? Like, because they don't want to wait for anything else. You know, and like when I first started riding, man, like, man, I had no money, dude. I worked 100 hours a week as a firefighter at $8.43 an hour to afford my first Ninja 300, and I was able to throw fucking cash down on the fucking counter, and I got my Ninja 300. But like, you know, bless you that you're in the situation that I've never found myself in, where you had an extra 16 grand, you know, laying around for a sport bike. That you have a life situation where you can live comfortably. You know, good on you, man. Good on you. I never found myself in that situation. Like, I've been riding for 5 years, and basically my 5-year riding career has been me kind of building up to getting this bike. You know, this 5 years riding experience has been like basically me trading up and trading in and trying to scheme and stuff until I can afford a bike like this, you know. And I ended up actually doing it with the help of Garcia Moto, But I guess we kind of got away from the topic of the video, and that's why you shouldn't have this as a first bike. Another thing, and I know everybody's heard this, everybody's talked about it and everything like that, but you are going to drop your first bike, all right? I never did, and I'm kind of an exception. I'm an exception to the norm. You know, I know a ton of people that dropped their first bike, dude. My girl has dropped her first bike twice. She's dropped her first bike twice now, and you know, it doesn't even have 200 miles on it yet, and most of those miles are from me fucking around on it. You know, you have to take that into account. Like, you don't want to... I'm a big fan of no plan B. Like, I really am. I'm a big fan of no plan B. You fucking work plan A until it works, you know? And fuck plan B, because plan B means you're just giving up on plan A. But at the same point, dude, like, you kind of got to be realistic about it. Like, you're going to be inexperienced. You're not going to know how to deal with a lot of things until you get experience. You know, you just haven't seen much. You don't have that skill level up. You're probably going to end up dropping your first bike, and it's okay. People, it happens. It happens, guys. It happens to the best of us. Look at fucking MotoGP. Like, those guys, it's their job. It's their job to be badasses on two wheels, and they still drop bikes. So don't feel embarrassed about it. But at the same point, don't have a plan B, but you set yourself up for success on that. You know, you don't want to drop a $16,000 2019 Panigale 959. You don't want to do it, dude. That's a good way to cry. You know, if I dropped this bike and fucked up all the plastics and shit, I would probably legitimately fucking have, like, sloppy man tears, dude, because I love this bike. So, you know, I bought a brand new Ninja 300. I went through the damage process of that bike because it got hit like 3 times in a parking lot. In different places, once by a cop, once by an EMS supervisor, and once by somebody totally unrelated. So I know what it's like to have your new motorcycle get damaged, and it's not fun. I've been in wrecks with my both my CBRs. Both my CBRs I've wrecked it with. It's not a fun process, and if you can wreck on a less expensive bike, I would take that option over wrecking a $16,000 bike, because it's going to take a lot less. Like, you're talking about a CBR. You go out and you get yourself a CBR 600RR. Every bit of plastic on that CBR 600RR is totally replaceable. Even the gas tank. People, you know, on the Panigale, this is a steel gas tank. It's not aluminum, it's steel. I put a magnet to it. It's magnetic, it's steel. But it would cost a lot less to replace plastic on a CBR 600 than it is to replace a gas tank on a Panigale 959. Like, if you drop this bike and you dent this gas tank, dude, I hope you got some savings, dude. I really do. I want to let you guys know that it can be done. You can get a first bike that is ill-advised by somebody like me, somebody that's experienced, but I'm just some asshole on YouTube. You know, you can get a bike and be successful. That's not recommended. But at the same time, you can also set yourself up for success. Get a bike that fits your skill sets, and then just step up into a natural progression. And if anything bad happens, you can deal with it. And it's less of a problem when you drop a Ninja 300 than it is when you drop a Panigale 959. You know, I just wanted to touch base on this topic again because it is a regular comment that I get. Can I get this bike as a brand new bike? You know, what do you guys think about that? You know, what do you think about that Paramoto? But what I wanted to do is get a new video up addressing this topic. So, beautiful lake. Beautiful lake. So, the next time that I'm asked, I can refer to a newer, current video. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the like button down below. I'll see you guys on Vlog Thursdays. Deuces.